what nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 11. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable little puppet kitty who's somewhere around here, hopefully being good kitties, and this operation, well, again, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one. Feel free to hit up our Cash App, PayPal, and Coffee. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that, so we can have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content like, say, Digimon Beat Break. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you're a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there is a stacked fall anime season in full swing, in which today we're going to be covering Boku no Hero Academia Final Season, Spy Family Season 3, and Digimon Beat Break. Tomorrow we're going to be covering Gachikuta. Yesterday we covered Sanda and Togenanki, and Wednesdays we cover Twisted Wonderland, and there's even more on the way, including Jujutsu Kaisen. So please check out our Patreon, the link is in the description box below. So, oh my god, so last chapter we started, you know, the cultural exchange situation, and not only that, we found out that that Itadori is alive. Now, the majority of people in the fandom were just excited that Itadori is coming, but like there are people like me thinking like, how is Itadori alive? And it's like, wait a minute, that's right, Itadori is like Choso. He was part of the Kenjaku experiment, and it's like, okay, it's probably that kind of situation where his life is prolonged due to that. And I think it's also a combination of that and Itadori consuming so many of Sukana's fingers. I think it's a combination of that. I think that's why Itadori's life has been prolonged like that. But we'll have to wait and see when Itadori shows up, if that's the case. Hopefully we'll get the explanation when he arrives. But anyways, let's get into this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. And this chapter is titled Cultural Exchange. What was brought from Samaria? With this, Pandora's box finally opens. That's so. Their spaceship worked using cursed energy. Or something akin to cursed energy. Meanwhile, research into converting cursed energy continues. Aside from cursed techniques, the conversion is still way too low for practical uses. However, the fact that Nananax, their mothership, is using cursed energy as a power source has now been revealed to our world. If we manage to acquire the technology to convert cursed energy, well, we're on the brink of an energy revolution. 70 years have passed since cursed energy was made public, but it also means that our people would once again be targeted for their cursed energy. Oh god. Yeah, there is that. So, ever since the whole fuckery with the calling game, they haven't been targeted. But yeah, if there is that kind of situation, yeah. What are we going to do, Asami-san? Okay, we got the, author notes here. Octopuses are so cute, aren't they? Gives me nostalgia with that, Shiru Mishiru TV series where, they got an octopus. Oh god, these author comments, man. But our octopus is cute. Depends. Depends on the octopus. If you're talking about real life octopuses, no. We're talking fictional octopuses, yes. Those are cute. We'll keep it a secret. Are you serious? I would keep it a secret too. I would keep it a secret. I would. For the time being, I would keep it a secret. The only person, if you have to tell anybody, though, it would be your greatest ally, which is the U.S. And I'm not just saying this because I'm an American. But, like, the U.S. is the one you want to know about it and keep it a secret. Because if the other countries find out and they try to start fuckery with them, the U.S. will protect them. And no one wants to fuck with the U.S. So that's why I'm saying if they have to tell anybody about this and like make like a deal or something with anybody, it would be the U.S. And like in terms of like in exchange for protection, we'll give you this, that kind of thing. Are you serious? Even with the Forced Disappearance Act in place, we can't share this information with other countries until their justice systems are rid of eternal corruption. Good luck with that! That's never happening! If that's the case, if you have to say that... Let me read this again. Even with the Forced Disappearance Act in place, we can't share this information with other countries until their justice systems are rid of eternal corruption. What that means is that's never going to happen. So you can never say anything to other countries. And that's actually a fantastic point. We must have... the Sumerians signed an NDA. 1,000% agree with that. That is why I'm adamant about a relationship as close as possible tonight. I 1,000% agree with that. I do. The more I think about it, yeah, he's right. So basically, and also the Sumerians are really strong too. They said the Sumerians are like as strong as, if they're as strong, maybe even stronger than Sukkana, then fuck everybody else, yeah. And they don't want to hurt anybody. They just want peace. So fuck him. Fuck everybody else at this point. That's what I said. If you had to have an ally, tell anyone and have an ally on your side, you'd want the U.S. But if you don't want to deal with any corruption, then you're not telling anybody. Especially corruption in the justice system. God, there's going to be corruption no matter where you go. Period. How about arranging a political marriage between the Japanese imperial family and the Sumerians? What is this? Imperial politics! Only joking, sir. Forgive me. Having them owe us one would work in our favor. Duh! We need to ensure foolproof agreements are made swiftly for the sake of both sides. I agree with this. Like, the NDA will... Like, the thing that's great about this NDA is that, on their side especially, the NDA is more beneficial to the Sumerians than anything else, because that means the Japanese can't say shit about their existence. They can't say squat. And it will protect them legally. So like if the Japanese open up their mouths then about them and say anything about them, then you could have it so where the Sumerians can like legally invade or some shit like that. We need to let's see. Having them owe us one would work in our favor. Yeah, protecting them would really be beneficial, for sure. We need to ensure foolproof agreements are made swiftly for the sake of both sides. Yes, it's me. Yuka here. We're making Takoba for dinner. Cross and Maru have already sampled the food. That's why I need the best octopus you can find. Usami-san. I heard her. I know just the guy. You heard her and didn't question why she's making Takoba? How many tentacles does an octopus have? It's 8, right? This octoboy right here only has 1. Whoa, what the fuck? They're called the Soltical Gigatopus. There we go. It's a mutated variant of the local giant Pacific octopus. What? I know I shouldn't be thinking of Cthulhu. But God, it makes me think of Cthulhu when I see this. I know it's weird, but that's what it gives. What else I'm thinking in terms of this agreement? It's kind of making me think of Dragon Ball in a way. When the Namekians, and this is like after the Frieza arc, and the Namekians were displaced for a bit because they had to wait till Purunga came back. You know, the Dragon Balls came back and so they could summon Purunga and create new Namek. And Bulma had property and housed them and whatnot. I think what they're gonna do, what I hope they do, is they have this, because there is open land like in the countryside. I gotta wonder if that's what they're gonna do with the Sumerians, is just have them, because I think that's what they would want, is just to live in peace. Like, just give them like a plot of land and just have them like, and just leave them alone. I think that's all they want, and just live peacefully. And then also, and probably set up like a barrier so no one can bother them. That's what I think they should do. But we'll see if I'm right. Oh, come on, mouse, work for me here. There we go. Well, it does have, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Well, it does have 8 tentacles at birth, 7 of them degenerate with time. You know what that means, kiddo? Could you just cut to the chase, geezer? All the umami flavor that would normally be spread across 8 tentacles combines into one tentacle. Whoa, the Gourmetopus personified. That sounds amazing. You'll see why these don't make it to the public markets, but you guys are sorcerers, Usami's team no less, so you'll be fine. Dude, that sounds like that would be amazing, calamari. Hey, Mara, you won't act like dead wood when we dive, right? Dead what now? As in, you could swim, right? I'll be fine. I once got swept away by a flash flood, but managed to survive. Is that so? Then I'll check ahead. Ooh. Okay, so we got some jellyfish here. The jellyfish look okay. I see, dealing with a swarm of jellyfish around a rocky belt is going to be difficult. I could gather him and give Yuka a scare. Shouldn't you tell Tsurugi Akotsu about your sickness? Oh, she's taking her cancer meds. I don't want to. Why is that? I just want my last days to feel normal, no special treatment. I want them to be just another day. I see. Oh my god! Tsurugi, is that you? Of course. Piece of cake. Dude, he got stung by so many jellyfish. Oh, that sucks. Alright, put your rash guard on, and dive. The waters are pretty dangerous. You sure there are jellyfish down there? Jellyfish? No need. A warrior like myself needs no armor. No, don't do it! Watch me catch, bigger octopus now. Please, okay, right? Please take medical attention immediately if you're stung by jellyfish and experience swelling or pain. Mine's bigger. Easy there. We'll have to pin him down before we measure them. I can't lose with my warrior's pride on the line. Wait, what does it mean to be a warrior or a Lemelian? Well, put it simply, it's being a sorcerer. Only Lemelian men can be sorcerers. Why, are women not allowed? No, nothing like that. Lemelian women cannot use Lorluka or cursed energy in your terms. They're like the windows you mentioned, Tsurugi. That's why seeing Yuka surprised me when I first came to Earth. I heard Disguntan women can, but I don't know for sure. Those fish look pretty. Our forefathers said God sent us the Kallians and they bestowed upon us the ability to use cursed energy. It is the duty and privilege of our men who cannot bear children to protect our women and children. Well, sounds like the Reiwa era. Reiwa? I mean like our past. That value system would be incredibly harsh on men who aren't sorcerers and on women who don't give birth. Don't misunderstand me. Anyone who works for the good of Lumelia, man or woman, warrior or not, is a valued member of our society. Take Jeffaloma, for example. Huh? He's the one who looks like the most alien among you. Really? Yeah, he does. When I heard the women would also be attending the cultural exchange tonight, I kept thinking about how hard it must have been for them never being allowed off the ship. Even if it was meant to keep them safe, I still feel guilty. I don't know if that's being patriarchal or overprotective. I understand what you're getting at. It's not that you think they're weak, but you can't bear the thought of them getting hurt. Makes you wonder who the weak one really is. Ain't that the truth? Dude, I am so curious what Viz's localization for this is going to be, given how these the activist localizers are over there. There's the women there. the main dish is Takopa? I was told we'd be making normal takoyaki. So there's the Jujutsu Tech nutritionist, Tomo, Kyoko. Wait, yeah, Kyoko. Why didn't you tell me something so important earlier? Why didn't you tell me something so important earlier? Please have the legs of this octopus served to the Severians. Also, why the heck does this octopus have only one tentacle? Why are you making my job harder than it needs to be? Apparently, they're called Soltical Gigatopus. The name comes from an old baseball term. Yeah, exactly. That doesn't explain anything. Is this Kill right? A way to lift the curse off of Davra's sister? The Discuntant Patriarch put a deadly curse on her. Hold on a second. A way to lift so that's what happened! So that's why that fucker had Dabra, do this shit to Dula. Well, that explains that. The Discuntant Patriarch put a deadly curse on her. It will activate if he dies or if, Dabra betrays the Patriarch. Well, didn't he kind of betray the Patriarch when he left? To put it into your terms, we believe we're out of the effective range of the technique. However, we'd like to verify that assumption. I'd love to hear the input of Japanese sorcerers. Having them owe us one would work in our favor. Well, that would have them owe you one. There's a curse tool called Black Rope in Africa. It has the ability to remove any curse. If we manage to get a hold of it, we might be able to remove the curse from your sister. Seriously? Well, this is an alien curse. It's from a patriarch. I don't know if it's going to be able to do it. I can't make any promises. After all, it's an extremely valuable tool. I would be much obliged. We'll do our best. Chapaloma, I'm leaving for a bit. Things are going quite well, aren't they? Here you go. Sorry for the wait, everyone. About time our Grand Takoyaki party started. Wait a minute, Yuka. You can't just put Moki there. I want to allow it. At least swap it with cheese. Oh, Dabra-san. Ooh. Dude, I do not blame her. I do not blame this woman for falling for Dabra. This man is fine. He is fine as hell. I would be swooning too. I would be too. I do not blame her. Let's be real. The majority of us women, this man will probably turn a good chunk of you man gay. And I know a good chunk of, probably the majority of you gay men, or I should say a good chunk of you men bi. There we go. That's probably a better way of saying it. You would be swooning for this man too. Yuka, is there something wrong with me? What do you mean? I'm wearing no makeup. Your face makes it quite obvious. Gosh darn, this ain't good. Mino, we have a shot. What? A political marriage, of course. Be careful as you eat. It's very hot. You need a fuss for nothing. I mean, it would be pretty bad if we only had Takopa here, as expected of Usami-san. Your turn. Okay. Oski, we should go to the next cultural exchange thing. You could go if you fancy, but why would I bother? Come on, man. Oski, come fast, old man Boro. Wait, what happened to old man Boro? Oski, his third eye is tearing up. What's wrong? We can't. They're too dangerous. What? I saw Earthlings, the Japanese. I saw them brutally. What? I saw them brutally murder Kaelians. A bad omen at the non-human Devil's Den. Wait, what? What? Someone's getting blackmailed. This would be the second chapter this week I've covered where there's some blackmailing involved, or not. Well, yeah, this would be the second chapter where there is not blackmail, excuse me, where someone got framed. Someone's getting framed. Someone for sure is getting framed. And you know that that Cross is gonna see through the bullshit. Because remember, some of these Sumerians, they don't like this shit. They are not down with this shit. They aren't. They aren't. And remember what we saw in the flashback. That some of these people, some of them were not down with Doula's philosophy. They weren't. They hated what Doula was trying to do. They were not down with it at all. But, hold on. Did they even bring Kalians with them? Hold on. Hold on. Did they... hold on. Hold on. Wait! I don't remember seeing, like, from what we saw here, at least in, like, chapter 9, we didn't see any Kalians with them. Like, what the fuck? How? There can't be any Kalians with them, right? Because there was no mention. I don't think Maru or Cross mentioned them bringing any Kalians with them, right? I don't think we've seen them on the ship with, like, any Kalians with them on the ship at all. So, what? So, how is this possible? We have not seen them bring any Kalians. I am so confused. Let me know if I'm, like, losing my mind. I hope I'm not losing my mind. But damn, that explains the fact that there was a curse on Dabra. That the Discuntin patriarch put a curse on Dabra. Yeah, that explains why he had to do this shit against Doula. God, that explains that shit. Because it was like, what? It didn't make any sense. It was so confusing. Like, why was he doing that? But yeah, that curse... Yep, that makes so much sense. That bastard was holding his sister hostage. But there's just something very sus about this whole thing. There is, and I feel like it kind of goes back to what was said near the beginning of this chapter. Was the political shit here. About the corruption. That, like, the justice systems, the internal corruption in justice systems. Because it's everywhere. That internal corruption is everywhere in political systems. And that would include in Samaria, in Samaria. Like, that would not surprise me. That wouldn't, because let's be real, that's probably what happened with Dabra's sis, and why she got cursed was because of that. Was like they were already guilty without a trial. Like, shit like that. Like, there's just something sus about all this. There's just something so suspicious about all this. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. But, like, I love that, like, everything is just falling into place. It was too good to be true. It was too easy. It was a little too easy. We have the political marriage. But again, I do not blame that woman at all. And then we have the curse tool. If that curse tool works, that's the other thing I'm curious about, though. If that curse tool works, though, would that make up? Because I know the Callion is a sacred beast. Would that make up for it? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, but like the thing is though, this has got to be an innocent until proven guilty. Because I think that's how they're going to go about it. Because they don't want to sink to the same level as to what like the Discuntins did back home. They don't want to do that. They don't. Because remember what I said about the corruption in the justice systems. They don't want to do that. Nah. Because that's what that was foreshadowing, was this. And obviously what I mentioned with the Discuntins. What they were doing. They don't want to sink to that level. Nah. They're not going to do that. They're going to find out what's really going on. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, what you guys think. And let me know, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Jujutsu Kaisen content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, Coffee. Purchase something off our Amazon wish list. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.